What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to be doing something entirely new because, honestly, me personally, I am kind of bored of Alternate Future. If you guys enjoy it, please tell me. I will totally make more of these because I think I might enjoy this. So, yeah. Sorry if you hear any walking around from upstairs. I am in the basement. So, if you hear any walking around in this video, that's because I'm in the basement and I have company over for Easter and, you know. Yeah. Okay, so let's just get right into the video. So, it's gonna start off with, it's not gonna be like Adis Pro where civilization restarts. It's in that time, like, from the first episode, in that time, but it's starting in an entirely different place. That's starting in the, like, German Poland area, but the lower regions, because of how cold it is. I'm not going to use borders for now until we get, like, into where countries fully exist. Because, yes, we might still have the Romans. Yes, we might have the Ottomans. Yes, World War I and World War II might still happen, but it's just going to be different from this. Okay, so you have our first country popping up right here. But you also have a small amount. Well, by small amount, I just mean the border from right here. But that's pretty much just it for right down there. But you also have a country starting in the boot of Italy. It goes up like this and looks like that. So with it looking like this, it wants to expand, but people in this little boot area isn't too fond of it. So they send explorers up and go to explore this area, but they can't expand because people aren't too fond about it. But you do have the purple team ending up losing some land because of people, like, no one really lived up here. So, and also, this isn't really a war, this is just them walking in and saying, you're ours. And the red team and the red country is just like, what? Okay. And before I get too carried away, I'm going to go ahead and draw capitals. Well, right now it's just important cities. That is theirs. And this is not historical at all. I hope you guys know that. And theirs is down here. So, you have another country popping up. Wait, that is the same color, sorry. And this is the actual red country. And they are just following the shoreline because who doesn't like water? So technically right now this is the largest country, and yeah. Actually, here, I'm just wondering, guys, would you want to see something like in Adis Pro's videos where, like, explored areas would have, like, explored areas would be colored in, so it'd be like this. I'm gonna leave it like this for now, just because. But you do have some explorers ending up on this island because they kind of just swam across that little place, and they can see this land, but that's all they think is. So they also claim that very small amount of land, and it looks like that. So the reason why they are not expanding downwards is because well, they actually don't know that this land exists and this, but they know that this land exists because it is far, but it's just close enough that these two can see. So you have You do have the pink team finally reaching the Sicily, I believe it is. And instead of going into the middle, they just followed the shoreline of this island. And they slowly moving. But for now, this is all they pretty much take. But you have our first conflict. It was out here between a tribe of people and the red team. Well, the red country. And the red country easily wins this because armies are now being established, and it's no longer just like, okay, well, you're a part of us. And they win because they have... The red team is actually the strongest right now. And you finally have... You technically have the first capital being established, and it is in that land. It's called the Victory Land. That's what they call it. And you have your next country popping up, and it is over here in this little strip of land, and then it comes down. And this is probably going to be one of the first countries to get a navy. By navy, I mean boat. They're probably going to be one of the first countries to get a boat out in the ocean. And guess what they are? And just to represent that, I'm going to use that as our boat. And it goes down here, and then down here, and then down here, and then down there. So they are not the strongest, but they are the first to get a boat out, and they cross a river. So now everyone is using that, and like saying, hey, maybe we should start using boats. And these guys' capital is just right here. And yeah, so you do have the orange team expanding a very small amount into this land that goes out like this, and then just pushes out. So with this, you have the orange team and the red team. So the red team is the first one to have an army. The orange team is the first one to technically have a navy. They have like 3 boats. One right there. And then the other 2's on those little areas. They're not that good at boats. That boat was just sunken. And they now know that there's probably no land right here. So what they think is, well, since there's a river, and it probably looks something like this. It goes like that. I'm pretty sure that it would just keep... I'm pretty sure that it might go up like this and continue on like that. And that's what the orange team said to the red team, and the red team's like, because obviously you have explorers, like 2 different explorers out here meeting up. And yeah, so they're kind of like wondering like, And so the orange team sends out explorers, and they find out that it's land. All right here. So what they do is they expand very just across the water like they did before, just to connect up with their little area. And this area is actually more populated, like this area down here, the orange team. But yeah, so you also have, but you finally have some more land being gained on this island, and it's just fully explored, we'll just say. And that boats are now kind of being sent over to this island. Population's starting to getting here. They're starting to think, hey, what's down here? I know people just said that, oh, this is just all land. But maybe there's a little bit more land. So they decide to go explore. And it goes pretty well for them. And it comes down to there and goes down to here. You gotta remember, guys, this is not historical, so do not take anything as like, oh, this happened. Like, they started here or anything. Like, I know you guys weren't going to. You guys are smart, but just making sure. Okay, so you have the purple team realizing that they started up here, but everyone's down here with the water. And you have one of the first trade routes starting. Wait. Okay, so the first trade route looks something like that. Wait, sorry, let me redraw that. What happened? Sorry, 1 second, guys. Okay, so you have it looking like that and there. So it looks like that now, and that's the first trade route. And yeah. So, oh my gosh, what happened? Okay, there we go. So, with that, you have the blue getting, not the blue, the purple expanding very little right here. Sorry guys, I was just having a little bit of technical difficulties right there. And you have, these are technically the Romans, but just in a very earlier stage. And you wanna know why I say that? Because these guys are conquerors. They just conquered this island, like fully, and now they see, now they're sending boats over here, which is leading to more island being found. And which a new country that no one knows about just popped up, and oh my gosh, what just happened? A new country that just popped up is a little country right here. Yeah, they just popped up. They're blue. And they are the largest country. And they kind of just go down like this. And yeah, so it's that. It might not be the largest country, but it's at least close to the largest country because they are expanding rapidly. Because this country is very pro growth, and anyone that is against them, they're pretty much just executed, because execution is now a thing. We're like already 20 years into the future, guys. So we have 4 civilizations in 20 years, which is not that good. Civilization could be going a lot faster, but the orange team is expanding, and they're not just expanding across the shoreline. They are trying to reach the red so they can expand into the red. Because the orange team is getting close to the strongest, and the orange and the pink team are kind of working together, which leads to the pink also expanding, but it's just up across the shoreline, which leads to it looking like this. Yeah. Yeah, so with that, you have the pink and the red touching, almost the orange and the pink touching, and but the orange just wants to test the red and see if they can at least expand it very little into their land. And the red doesn't really notice it because, well, it's very little land and not that important land. Obviously, if they go any farther, then it's going to be quite important. But eventually, once they strike a city right there, here, I'm going to put two very important cities to the world. One is right there, and one is right there. The orange team was expanding, and they accidentally struck that city. And the red team immediately said, nope, that's it. And this is when they go barbaric, pretty much. So, they go up and strike down here, but that left, because the pink also has an army, which leads to, the pink coming up here and pushing in down here. So the red team is kind of scared, so they send some, and gotta remember, they do not have that big of an army. This is like, let's say you were to start an army, like let's say you were to start a country, in 10 years, that's about how big your army is. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just like, let's say their army's 10 people. So their army is 5, 10, and 7. So 7 plus 5, you know what that is? That is, sorry, wait 1 second, I need to do math. Oh my gosh, that's 12. How did I not know that? I should have known that. That's 12. So they recruit 10 more people, so this is now the largest army, and that's why the red team is expanding so much. Their goal is to just cut off the orange from right here. Obviously, there is no such thing as a peace treaty, so they're just gonna be like, they're just gonna walk and be like, okay, well, this is ours now. But the orange team goes ahead and takes that little land before the red team can cut them off. So, yeah. The red team definitely has to focus on the orange team because they close their capital. And, yeah. But guess what? You have another second important team just being like built, and it's right on the brink of each war. The orange team does not want to lose this because it is very important to them. So they ended up taking that, that happened is France. Yeah, you guys can remember France, right? Yeah, they're starting the Paris area, so okay, and the first thing that exists today just came up down in the British area and this and that area. you guys